They are the best because they think they're slick. They think they can out-slick people. And then it's like, okay, oh yeah, go ahead, you got it. Next minute, boom, they like, what?
Yeah.
We had the Black Nurses Rock, which I was explaining. The attorney left a message, emailed the sister who had sent out for information down in Georgia. She's down in Georgia, in Atlanta. And the attorney told her, don't communicate, send communications to the attorney, to the law firm. Cool. What happens? The next day, her client turns around and direct messages the girl 48 hours after her attorney said not to contact her. So now her client breached what her attorney told her to do.
Wow.
See, this is the type of stupid stuff that these cats do, because now it's like, okay, they got a problem. There's no escaping that. They're going to have to tell these Black nurses to stop calling themselves Black. There's no profit in being Black. Yeah. Oh, what about all these Black millionaires? Yeah, let's look at that word. Black millionaire. Bill Cosby's a billionaire. Where's he at? Mm-hmm. For something that happened 30 years ago, that all the men back in the 60s, I wouldn't say all the men, but men up on that echelon was drugging women and having sex with them. So we gonna be for real people or what? Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what they were doing. They were drugging. Oh, I'll get you a drink, girl. Oh, Daniel. Oh, Marcia, girl, I'll get you what you want. You come back. Oh, gosh, I feel lightheaded. Ooh, I need to get home. Oh, I'll take you home. Yeah. That's the type of stuff we're talking about. And the word is that Bill Cosby learned that from Hugh Hefner.
Really? Bill Cosby, had a circle of women around him. Yep.
Bill Cosby was living at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh.
When him and Camille were having problems, he stayed and lived there for something like a year or 2 years.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the heir to the DuPont family rapes his 6-year-old daughter, gets sentenced, found guilty, when he goes for sentencing, they said, no, he's not going to jail. It's going to be too hard on him.
Yes, yes.
So tell me tell me what advantage there is to being Black.
Unfortunately.
And then if they want to talk color, this is Black. This is not.
A friend of mine, I posted that on Facebook. Somebody put the hand on the pants. Posted that on Facebook. A friend of mine commented about that. She said,
I think there was Min Wab, I think, down in Kyrie did that, I think. I think that was.
Oh, yeah. My friend said, what is the issue with that? Is he in denial? So I made sure I sent her an invitation to get on this webinar. I don't think she got on though.
Probably ain't got on.
Yeah. I have another question. Even though
go ahead.
I've seen this before. What is the number? Like it says 19 plus 6 equals 114 before the paragraphs.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Great question. Let me see here. Teacher's Guide. Okay. So I'm going to go to Teacher's Guide. We're going to get into a little bit of what's called Abjud, which is our spiritual numbers and the science of how we use numbers coming from our perspective. Mm-hmm. You heard me talk about the Bible numbers.
Bible numbers? No.
Yeah. It's Bible. So they're called Bible spiritual numbers or spiritual numbers of the Bible. So when you see 18 is bondage. That's what it means.
I did hear you mention these things. So I wrote a couple of them down before.
Yeah, and so then when you see certain things happen on certain days, and then you look at the numbers and you see there is a connection. Like I said, Michael Jordan's number was 23. 23 means death.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, when they saw 23, and so check it, the everything was 23. The Chicago Bulls color was red, right? And the symbol of the bull, Hathor, right? Or the horns from Egypt. So 23, that was like when you saw 23, people knew not to trash talk him. They knew not to try to challenge him. They knew not to do that stuff because he just go off on people. And then when you have a leper of like Larry Bird saying when Jordan broke a record and scored 63 points. Well, it wasn't a record because Wilt Chamberlain did 100 points in a game. He's the first player to do it. But when you see Michael Jordan score 63 points so in a playoff game, I think it was, if I recall correctly, and they lost the game, but even though they lost the game, you know, Larry Bird was like, hey, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. And they were playing him tough D. So you have to look at when situations happen, hurricanes, stuff of that nature. 9/11, 9 is judgment, 11 is destruction. The numbers are right there.
Wow.
Did you ever see that movie called what was it called? The movie was called The Prophecy.
No.
With Christopher Walken. That's a good movie to watch. There's a scene in there where Christopher Walken, he was bad back in the day, and he said he was playing the angel Gabriel with the trumpet. And they were trying to find some soul that was hidden in a child. And so he's at the school trying to find out which one of the children has this soul that's been hidden in them. And the woman doesn't know who he is. Excuse me, sir, who are you? You don't need to be here, da, da, da. And then what happened? He turned around and said, had one child blow his horn. He blew the trumpet and broke the glass out of one of the windows in the second or third floor behind them. And then he said, when the teacher said, okay, children go in school, I said, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. No, sure. He said, okay, children, study math. It's the key to the universe. So we're going to the teacher's guide to the Nuwaubian language. And we'll go to page 126. When people want to know, well, what can we do to get on a frequency that's ideal for us and what works for us, this is the answer. And you would be surprised at how many Nuwaubian Sabians, the ones who say they're teaching, that's why they don't teach class no more, because people are asking questions. So they turned into they are religion. They went into kingdom, which is not what the Ila Mutajasid Atum came for.
Yeah, that language keeps changing. I can't keep up.
Pardon?
I said that language keeps changing. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, and the thing is, there is no authorization on the language changing. They're changing the language. I know because Atumray wrote this book. That's why I'm sticking with it. Unless I see something on the walls from Tamaray or something from a native, what they call Native American language that can be validated, I'm not hearing nothing they got to say. And it doesn't matter anyway because they don't speak it. Even when it was this book, they weren't speaking it. And this is from people that were living on Tamaray. They weren't speaking the language.
Right.
So there's no point about talking about we got a nation and you all can't speak the language. Don't speak the language. You there 24 hours and still can't speak the language. So what we're going to do here is go to the time. Okay, 19. So you had asked the question, 19 times 6 is 114. So if you add 4 plus 2, that gives you 6. That's your answer because that's how you get 114. Why the number 19? Answer. The beings that are, does everyone see this? Okay, good. The beings that are concerned with you have a tri-solar system based around the number 19, period. In fact, there are 19 planets in this galaxy,
right,
which is also the 19th galaxy in the universe. So it would make sense to re-link yourselves back to a time that is known to the Anunnaki who are concerned with you. The many facets of the number 19 are seen in the many things that surround you. You just have to learn how to take into it. The 19th name of the 19th name of the Most High is El Razak, meaning the provider. Within this Ashuric, Syriac, Arabic word Razak comes the root word Razaka. The same root is found in the name is found in the name of Risk, which is the 19th galaxy called Ilion. The Elohim Anunnaki are the providers of this planet. The number 19 itself is a prime number, meaning it is not capable of being divided by anything other than itself. There are other prime numbers, but none have the mathematical pattern like the number 19. So 19 times 1 is 19, and then it breaks it up, so you have 1, 9, and then you start getting into the primes. So 19 times 2 is 38, 57, 76, 95, 114, 133, 171, etc. And you start, or at least 152, 152, 171, and then you start going all the way, and you see how it breaks up here. The 19th element on the periodic chart is potassium, vitamin K. The importance of this mineral in your body is for coagulation of the blood. If you were to cut yourself, there is a chemical in vitamin K that makes your blood clot so you will not bleed to death. El Nuwabian Shahurat, the Nuwabian months. El Wah Shahur, the first month, the second month, the third month. So we have 19 months on our calendar. And 5 days of the week, and the last week of the month has 4 days. So that's why you see the tablet say 19 times 7 or 19 times 5. 19 times 7 is 133. And then 133 equals 7. Let's see, there was something else I wanted to okay, there we go. Okay, what the evil one did was dice it, talking about time. What the evil one did was dice it up and then gave it to you. So if there is a day a craft is going to come, those people are not going to make it on going by his time codes or zone. They bite pieces of time from their Gregorian calendar to keep it consistent. You have to learn real time again, and you can't as long as you are trapped within the noun, which is a part of the spell by 1, persons, 2, places, and 3 things. These 3 points along with the 4th point forms a tetrahedron, which I will explain. This tetrahedron has 3 points, which are 1, person, 2 places, 3 things. These 3 points is what the spell is working from, and you can't even begin to conceive what is on the 4th point because you are trapped in the 3 points of persons, places, and things. The tetrahedron works off the principle of as above, so below. The tetrahedron, when rotating, makes a vortex. You would see 4 points making a square. The reservoir of our thoughts are within this tetrahedron. As above, so below. So to envision a pyramid in reality is to envision the 3 points into the 4 points. Your world is a 3-dimensional world. You have to move into the 4th plane. All of humans' thoughts are coming out of a mental bank called a mental reservoir, which is your tetrahedron. Even if you try hard enough, you cannot think outside of the 3 principles of 1 person, 2 place, 3 things. 1 solid, 2 liquid, 3 gas. You are caught on 1, 2, 3. Refer to scroll number 110, what is spirit and soul. There was a time when you were able to think outside of person, place, or things. Your concept of thinking is responding. You must first respond. I think 1, myself first, then 2, people I like, then 3, everybody else. Now, what about the 4th reference? That would come into godlyhood. Let me see. Okay, good. The reference to your total intellect is that point. In that point is a tetrahedron. The reference to your total intellect in that point is a tetrahedron. A pyramid is not your reference. A pyramid implies that there is a base to your reference. The implication of a tetrahedron is that it is moving to the next realm. The tetrahedron is a perfect reference. You see its totality, you see the mystery. As long as he is able to come in and pretend he is intelligent, yet once a year pops an hour out and eliminates thousands of people. So when he says, turn your clock back an hour, if I was moving from my car to the store and the breaking wall of that hour is right here, when I get to the store, I will be in another time zone. Basically, he says, erases that time zone and goes to the next. However, nobody addresses that because he took the first of that time zone and it doesn't make sense. He doesn't care he doesn't care to make it make sense because he puts the tick in the clock. It has to stay within the realm within 24 hours, within a 24-hour time period for your equinox. So what is time? Time is. The spell is enforced by believing that time has a reference. This is a point in time as I move from point 1 to point 2. When I get to point 19, this will appear to move, but it's not. It gives the impression that time is loggable. If you look at the clock, look at the second. Time is not going from one incident to the next. The incident is now happening. You were there in time. You didn't congeal. By that I mean you were the gene, the thought, the concept, and the making of what was happening. When your great-grandmother was here and your great-grandmother was there, you were already here in existence, just not placed yet. You have labeled your body with interest in this time. So you got to break out of that mindset. And this is what we're telling people, that to get into the spirituality, the meditation, the rituals, offerings, because now it's going to teach you that, okay, I need to get something done. It may be contrary to what is normal. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, it's rush hour. What do you mean you got to go do an offering? What are you talking about? Because that is appropriate for you. But everybody else is what? Following that sea of fake time. Clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Happy you could do her?
Happy you could do it.
Let's see here. Aguabana, El Bravo.
I sent you a video of Prince York talking about what he's doing and what his brother's doing. And I was looking for it, and for some reason, I was unable to, find it. And
Unless they're mentioning something of real significance, I'm not really interested in what the Nuwabians or Prince York or any of them have to say, because, again,
exactly.
When that subject came up, when he was in New York, I forget, was it the Black National Theater there that he was at? And he was asked a question on the Holy Tablets, and he was asked, is it true? And they didn't want to answer the question. And you could see they were struggling because, again, I've had Nuwabians tell me that it was after they lost the ECOWAS decision back in 2016, and then it was when they had the meeting with us. That time there, they stopped classes. They don't ask questions anymore or answer questions anymore. Can't.
Exactly.
So they stopped the classes. And what do you mean they stopped? They don't do that anymore. I said, oh, really? They're like, yep. I said, okay, so you know what time it is. So I'm not interested in what they have to say. They're black. They have no standing at law. That's it. They're on contract with the devil.
Exactly. That's what
commerce. Yet they're submerged in it. So that's kind of ironic, funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I just dogged them on the thing there on the video. I just dogged.
It's at this stage. It's like it's time for us to get on our frequency. They're not.
Exactly.
They're not doing anything. They're not even worth. It's like back in the beginning. They're not even worth mentioning.
Yeah. Exactly. You're right.
You focus on getting what you need to do. Get your offerings, rituals in. Learn this commercial and economic code and all that stuff, and you can go far.
White power.
White power. Torre Blanco, Abugadur. Okay, so what we got here is the last reading for tonight. Unless somebody has a question, please put it in the chat. If not, we are going to end with the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I'm just going to switch the screen over. So we left off at 289. Okay, chapter 26. Okay, great. The chapter of giving a heart to Asaru Anai in the underworld. He saith, may my heart, Ab, be with me in the house of hearts. May my heart, Hat, be with me in the house of hearts. May my heart be with me, and may it rest there. I shall not eat of the cakes of Asaru on the eastern side of the lake of flowers. Neither shall I have a boat wherein to go down the Nile, nor another wherein to go up, nor shall I be able to sail down the Nile with thee. May my mouth be given to me that I may speak therewith, and my 2 legs to walk therewith, and my 2 hands and arms to overthrow my foe. May the doors of heaven, or Septet, be opened unto me. May Seb, the prince of the Nitiru, open wide his 2 jaws unto me. May he open my 2 eyes which are blindfolded. May he cause me to stretch apart my 2 legs which are bound together. And may Anubis, make my thighs firm so that I may stand upon them. May the Natirt Sechet make me to rise so that I may ascend unto Septet. And may that be done which I command in the house of the Ka of Ta. I understand with my heart. I have gained the mastery over my heart. I've gained the mastery over my 2 hands. I've gained the mastery over my legs. I've gained the power to do whatsoever my Ka pleaseth. My soul shall not be fettered to my body at the gates of the underworld, but I shall enter in peace, and I shall come forth in peace. Amun. So we'll stop there. Right then. So I don't think anyone else has a question. Oh, I do know what. I have to send 2 emails out real quick to Azalan and well, that's amazing. And Shatik L. Okay. Wanted the ancestor offering formula. So I'm going to send that to you all. So this is a great way to end this open Q&A 7-day communication number 245. And okay, so Shatik, where are we at here? Okay, so Shatik, is that your email, Shatik Reed?
Yes, to you.
Yeah, yeah, and remember for your appellation, you can't use Shatik, so you got to use something. If Shatik is your appellation or the debtor name?
It's the debtor's name.
No, you got to use something different. You can't use Shatik and then change it to Shatik. It's got to be something different. So come up with something different.
Okay. So, gotcha. That's so just to clarify area. Okay. So shout to Tiki is not gonna be good enough.
No.
It's too close. No problem.
Abu Gadur, so I just sent that to you. Please confirm you as well as Azalan. So please confirm.
Alrighty. Ancestors offering formula.
Okay.
Thank you. Dua.
Tua, not Dua. Tua.
Tua.
Tauwieret. Azalan, or is he still up? Oh, he's probably crashed out. Okay, so he's got it.
Chief, early in the beginning of the night, I sent you a question. It has to do with naming, but if you could respond to it by email, that's fine. Or I'll talk to you about it on Monday.
Who's speaking?
Marcia.
Yeah,
I'm
you sent me an
Daniel.
email about what?
About the naming, choosing your name.
Yeah, you can pick an appellation. Yeah, and what's the
Well,
question?
I wanted to use my Egyptian name, which is
That was the question I wanted to. I couldn't find.
it's the beginning of the
If
chat.
it's from AEO, no, pick something different.
It's an Egyptian name. Ma'at Kifa Ka Re.
Is it from AEO?
When we joined the Egyptian order.
I'm asking a very simple question. I find it intriguing how difficult it is for you to answer.
I think I got the name before I even got the AEO.
That's all I want to know. Is it an AEO? Did you get that from AEO? That's what I'm asking.
I can't even answer. I think that I was given that name before AEO.
So we'll revisit this until you got
Monday.
That.
Yeah. It's the ancient Egyptian order. I don't think it had anything to do with AEO.
The ancient Egyptian order is AEO.
Okay. I'm thinking of OES, but you're not saying OES. Okay.
I'm not saying
I'm thinking OES, but you say
English, and you're not. It's not processing. See, I said AEO.
Yes.
Nothing strange, nothing complicated.
You're saying AEO, and I'm thinking OES. Yes, it is from AEO.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Tauwieret.
No. All right, so we've finished up. That's it for this 7-day communication. Next week will be the last open Q&A that we're giving to everybody. So that'll be the day after spring. Again, the email is there. We're going to be reprinting the Holy Tablets. So anybody that is interested, please send an email to atsikhataym@gmail.com. And then we will let you know what the price is, depending on how many. The more people, you could spread the word, tell people, hey, we're printing the tablets, share the email, and then we can create a list. And then we'll be able to, the more there are, we can, of course, get a discount. You can get yourself 2 or 3 of them. That would be great. But again, it depends on how many people show actual interest. And then we'll be able to speak with the printer and say, hey, this is what we got. This is what's going to be required. They'll say this is what they want for a deposit. And then we go from there. Okay. We also have calendars as well that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So we've got calendars, we've got clocks. So please make sure that you contact if you are interested, and definitely you want to get into your own time. So with that, I am going to say Abud Gadur to everyone. It was magnificent. It was a fabulous 7-day communication.
Abud Gadur.
Absolutely wonderful.
Cool.
Everybody have a great shadow out for those of you on the East Coast, Nefir Baka. Those of you on the West Coast, it's Nafir Mensamet. And those of you standard time, etc. Nafir Ushat. Have you good do everyone? Have you good do
Abiyugador.